I'm Kevin Bents. Hello. I have some records. I'm coming out to your town to rock the house soon. I was born in Minneapolis, actually. Lived in various places, including Wisconsin, Indiana, and New York. And been in New York the longest. I'm a New Yorker at this point. One more day with no end to the heavy weather. Well, I've always been a huge fan of 3-minute songs. I have to remember my first, visceral experiences of hearing Beatles music, I guess, where there was a bass line that you could sing along with, there was this great little hook that came around, and when it was done, you just wanted to hear it again because it was kind of over too quick, but it was also sort of a masterpiece of architecture.
So far away, something connected. I'm not where I'm meant to be. And where is the justice? Where is the justice for the fool on the moon who lives in the past?
I like melody, thank you very much. I like a rocking bottom. So I guess I like, people tell me that what I write is melodic pop, and it kind of rocks, so they'll call it power pop. And I really love songwriting and the art of songwriting, so it's kind of songwriter power pop. And then anybody I've ever played with or bands that I've ever loved seem to come out. So the last record I had, I played with Boz Scaggs for a while, and suddenly I had this song in my head that reminded me of Boz Scaggs. So, I never put anything that sounded like Boz Scaggs on any of my recordings, but there it was. And then something came out that reminded me of Led Zeppelin, something that came out that reminded me of Nick Drake or Donald Fagen or something, and so you have this prism. You're a total of all the things you ever loved and were broadsided by or influenced by.
And
I've always kind of been a pianist first, but then I started playing guitar, and I really wanted to write songs on guitar. I had to teach my piano playing self how to play from that gut level that I loved on guitar, so I think the two fed into each other a little bit. There were a number of people in my extended family that played music. So I was 5 years old when I started playing piano. I always had this story about seeing my sister. She was playing piano, and I thought, well, I'd like to do that. I think that's cool. You bang on this box and music comes out. There's something attractive about that. My parents came from a generation where they actually entertained themselves on instruments. They would go to someone else's house. There'd be 2 or 3 families in the neighborhood. They'd all go to somebody's house, and there'd be a piano, and they would play sheet music and sing along. Before the stereo turned everybody into, headphone-wearing loners. For about a month, I've been in Germany. rehearsing and performing with Marius Müller-Westernhagen. We rehearsed in Berlin for 3 weeks, and then we've done about 8 or 9 jobs, and most of them in nice big arenas. In a stadium, I can't see individual people past a certain point, but it's your job to reach out to those people in the back. You can reach them, and it's one thing that Marius does really well is makes 10,000 people feel like a family at one time. In a club, it's just another thing. It's easier to see everybody. You have the same job as to reach out, and it's more informal. If I could write a song this afternoon and then just and start screwing around with it and see if anybody likes it. Just say, I'll probably forget half the lyrics. What do you think? And it's fun. I think people appreciate it. I love to sort of push myself. If it's music related too. I'd say. Many years ago I felt that way about songwriting. It's like, well, here I am a player, but I wouldn't know how to write a good song, I didn't have experience at it. I was very drawn by making things that sounded kind of sad and then giving them a total happy power treatment that's a sound that would make you happy, but the dualism or whatever you want to call it of having this, if you listen to it, it's like, oh, that's a sad subject, but I enjoyed doing both things at the same time, having a big rocking chorus and I always like there's a little bit of Nashville in me in a way that they'll say, always, kind of wrap it up and have a little hope in it, and I guess I do that anyway, because I'm essentially a hopeful person. So it's songs of hope in 4/4 time.
Left to find. Why can't we say what's done is done? Nobody's fooling.
Second record it's got more of a variety, but it's melodic. I let it be less disciplined. I was irresponsible.
In a good way.
I hope. Yeah, I think.